What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the video here today, and welcome back to the video here on the Water Juice channel, and welcome back to kind of a reaction video. We're not going to be watching anything, I don't think, but we are going to be reacting to Madden 21's March title update for franchise mode. That's right, I saw this yesterday, but it was kind of like late in the day that I saw it, so today we're going to be reacting to it. I have no idea what's going to be on this. I have my headphones ready in case there's a video to watch or something. I'm not sure what's going to be in this title update, but we are going to be checking and seeing if Madden 21 is going to get any sort of saving grace before it just completely dies out, because some people may already argue that it is already died out, but hopefully Madden 21 is saved. Maybe there'll be some leaks for Madden 22. I have no idea. I really hope that there is some leaks. Maybe we'll go into this. There's a little leak down here that says Madden 22 stuff. So before we get into it, make sure to smash that like button, notification bell, and the subscription button as well. Join the Juice Club. Let's get into this Madden 21 March title update for franchise mode. So right away, it says that the trade logic was a big focus for the devs in this update. Obviously, trade logic is very, very broken in this game. So hopefully this is better. You won't be able to trade for Quentin Nelson and give up, like, I don't know. I used to be able to give up a 3rd round pick, a 4th round pick, and some bum running back and get Quentin Nelson. That would never happen. So that hopefully they change that. Though the hype is building for Madden 22, Madden 21 has continued to improve the content for the game. I don't know about that. This is obviously written by somebody who is invested in EA Sports. That's kept rolling with news of March title update that will make big changes to franchise mode with improvements to trade logic, league history, gameplay changes, and more. So those are some big key things that we've been asking for in the community for years. Trade logic improvements, league history. Right now, you can't even realize, or you can't even see past Super Bowl champions. You can't see past league MVPs. You can't see past stats or anything for a season. So hopefully this league history thing is a huge improvement. Gameplay changes are going to be big because this game sucks. Here we've got all the details about Madden 21 March title update straight from EA. So the latest Madden 22 franchise mode leaks show coaching improvements. Ooh. Okay, EA have included a video in their new Madden 21 March title update patch notes, which would give some big potential leaks for Madden 22 franchise mode. Ooh, let's click to enlarge this. Okay. So could be some, what does that say? Let me get in here. EA looked to have revealed an upcoming Madden 22 franchise mode feature, more coaching with coordinators. Yeah, that looks like some coordinators, and I can't tell if they're real. I don't think they're real. They don't have real pictures like Matt Nagy, I don't think. From what I can see, they don't. But that's fine. We don't need real offensive coordinators. We just need offensive coordinators. And we need to have the ability to be able to play as offensive coordinator or defensive coordinator. And we need to be able to start a franchise with that so that we can try and do like a coaching carousel dynasty or a road to glory kind of thing, where you would go through start out as a defense or offensive coordinator, try and build your career like that, and then maybe get a head coaching job and go from there. See, that's the kind of stuff that we need. That's the immersion. And so far, it looks like this could be a possibility. The screen in the background seemed to show offense and defensive coordinators in franchise mode, even equipped with individual talent trees and focus. That's another big key thing that we need. We need coaching trees. We need in-depth coaching trees to get the immersion, because it goes hand in hand with the road to glory style offensive coordinator or defensive coordinator career. You need to be able to build your offensive coordinator's tree so that if you want to have if you're an offensive coordinator who's a very quarterback heavy offensive coordinator, then you need to have a tree. You can specify your tree to be quarterback friendly, like you're a quarterback whisperer or something like that. Or maybe you're a run heavy offensive coordinator, then you can focus your tree on running. Or defense is the same thing, just with defensive stuff. So we need to have in-depth stuff like that. I'm thinking this is what they're gonna do. They may be trolling us because this is EA, so it may look good, but then again, when the game actually comes out, it may be garbage. We don't know. So it's promising, but it's still, I don't know. I'm still going to be leery until it actually comes out and we actually have it physically. So this has been a long requested franchise mode feature, and from the looks, it may be coming to Madden 22. God, I hope so. But along with the Madden 21 March title update, we've got, without further ado, let's dive right into this month's Madden 21 title update. So we've got trade logic and player value improvements. That's beautiful because player value is so strange and so broken in Madden 21, it's outrageous. So this says developers explain that they'd taken into account several reported community issues with the trade value in order to make these changes to Madden 21. Yeah, there's been a lot of community issues with the trade value in the logic. Here's an overview of the changes and updates made in this Madden 21 title update here. So we've got align the trade system to always use a player's best overall rather than using a team's overall. Okay. So the trade system would be, this is basically saying that if you're trying to trade for, like, say you want to trade for Odell Beckham Jr., and he's in the 90 overall. So it would value his overall more than, say, if the team has wide receiver as their top need and what their actual overall is. So that's basically what that's saying. It would value the player more than the team is basically, that's what it says, obviously. Next one is fixed issues where high overall development players inexplicably did not have have value due to player archetype differences. So in situations where a team valued a receiving back but had a power back, the power back would previously crater in value for no reason otherwise. Value is now more consistent as a result. That's beautiful because you could used to, if you were trying to trade for back when like the Saints had Alvin Kamara and Latavius Murray, you could trade for Latavius Murray very, very easily because Alvin Kamara, they would value him more because he had higher overall player, but Latavius Murray wasn't that far off at that point in time. That's only been like 2 years. Address legacy bug around offensive lineman value in general. Elite offensive linemen will now be valued at more authentic costs to acquire Colts guard Quentin Nelson. They use this specifically in the article because everybody abuses the Quentin Nelson trade. It's such an easy trade to do. So I'm glad they actually addressed it specifically. Added logic for CPU teams to be able to recognize context around when a player is actually an upgrade when acquiring a player that is not a starter on their current team, but would be for the new team. So it would give them kind of an AI logic so you could be able to, let's say you're trying to trade somebody, Levante David, and they currently have Von Miller. You're trying to trade him to the Broncos because Von Miller's hurt. But so this is basically saying that it wouldn't be an upgrade. It would be an upgrade because Von Miller's out for the season. So they would value Levante David more because Von Miller is injured. I'm guessing that's what they're saying because it kind of technically would be an upgrade until Von Miller got better. Allows CPU teams to better recognize when a lower quality caliber player is circumstantially starting rather than a 73 overall getting the same base value for a CB1 as a player like Stephon Gilmore would. So they're basically just readjusting the trade logic and the values of certain players for AI teams, which is something that this game has been needing for a while and what the community has been requesting for so long. This is a big thing. This does put an end, not put an end, but this does put a restriction now on Madden creators that do rebuilds, speed rebuilds, and just rebuilds in general, like me. Because now we won't be able to try and cheese the system like we usually do. So it's gonna make us think a little bit more, basically. Addressed issues where players would be evaluated at the incorrect depth chart position on the acquiring team. This caused inconsistencies in player values for CPU teams acquiring players. All right, this is all good. This is all good stuff so far. As long as it turns out to be good, then it's good. The next one is Addressed trading for same position value issues. When a user or CPU team trades a starter for another player at the same position who would start, we were not valuing the player as a starter for their new team, which caused players to be valued less than they should be. Okay, good stuff, good stuff. Additional updates were made too. Base values of every position at each depth chart slot for all 32 NFL teams, including franchise-specific schemes to address isolated value issues and authenticity improvements. Okay, so that's interesting, including franchise-specific schemes. Allow both teams to access the premium value associated to trades, which gives each team a better picture of the player's actual value. One thing I would like them to add in the trade is the ability to trade more than just 3 guys or 3 assets, because in NFL, you see teams trading like one person for like 4 things, 5 things, 2 people for 5 things. There's different value, or there are different quantities of things moving around in real life NFL. So I would like them to add a little bit more ability to trade more than just 3 things. Because, I mean, 2K does. You can trade like 5, 6 things in 2K at one time. So I wish they would add that. Address multiple instances of issues where lower overall players would be overvalued due to team need of the position. This is one that I abuse all the time. I abuse this thing so much. I call it Madden cheese. So looks like they're fixing that. Added check to value any offense alignment with a superstar dev trait at the equivalent of a superstar X value. Okay. So that they're definitely improving the offense alignment, because you can trade for offense alignment very easily in Madden. So it looks like they're taking some steps to update that. Made dev trait a full factor in the player's value calculation rather than a modifier for a boost. Okay. So we've got, based on whether your team runs a 4-3 or 3-4, certain defensive positions will be valued differently, like a 4-3 team needing a second starting defensive tackle, or a 3-4 needing a second starting middle linebacker. Similarly, the value a 3-4 offensive or outside linebacker and a 4-3 DN share as edge rushers on their defensive fronts. Okay. I definitely run more of a 3-4 defense, usually. I like to have 2 middle linebackers out there at all times. So this is interesting for me. Looks like we got a video here. Let's just open up this video. I didn't think here's the background thing. That's pretty interesting. All right, hey
franchise fans, Sean Grady here, executive producer for Madden NFL. In my first video speaking with you, we recognize your feedback asking for more from your favorite mode. Since then, we've committed several title updates to the game, and tomorrow we'll deliver our 3rd and final promised franchise update to Madden NFL 21. With this final title update, we will have delivered several highly requested franchise features to Madden NFL. Those improvements include trade logic, league history, X-Factor customization, career stats on player cards, playoff brackets, draft logic tuning, commissioner tools including play call house rules, and much more. Check out the Gridiron notes for the full details on the latest title update. And while you're there, check out the Gridiron notes from the previous franchise updates in case you missed those. Now, this process takes time and careful planning, but we're just getting started. Franchise mode will continue to be a priority in Madden NFL 22 and beyond, including in our live service plan, as we've shown in Madden NFL 21, where really the launch is just the beginning. In Madden 22, work is well underway. We're collecting input from a number of resources to ensure we deliver a franchise experience that our fans want. This includes feedback from you, the community, of course our game changers, and the many passionate franchise fans that work on the development team. The franchise community continues to be incredibly important to us. On behalf of the entire Madden NFL team, we can't wait to share with you what we're working on for Madden NFL 22, so please stay tuned.
All right, that's all fine and good. The only thing that I'm a little bit frustrated with this whole situation is, why do they have to add this stuff? This stuff should never have been taken out. Why was it taken out in the first place? They should never have to have updated or added in these new features. It was in the game before. Why did they take it out in the first place? That's the thing that I don't understand. That's the thing that's frustrating. It's not because, well, it is because this game sucks. But the reason it sucks is because they took away all this stuff. Like, it's just, Why? Like they're making it sound like they're adding all these new game-breaking things that are just like brand new concepts and stuff. It was in the game 10 years ago. It was in the game 5 years ago. Well, maybe not 5 years ago because it's been the same game for about 5 years. But it's in the game. It was in the game in like Madden 08, Madden 09, Madden 10. All those games were good. Why did you take it out? That's the thing that I don't understand. So that's the frustrating part about this. So now they have, continuing on, they have draft pick values. So they have errant differences in value teams now considered differently than 4-3 outside linebacker, 3-4 defense. Completely realigned the base value of draft picks to work with new player value changes and more closely align with the NFL benchmark trade values. So they're updating the draft picks. Previously, the second and third draft pick in an offer would have slightly decremented. I don't know how to say that word. Am I stupid because I don't know how to say that word? I don't know. Values. We didn't feel this was authentic, so we removed it. Okay, so that means second round and third round draft picks? Is it second round and third round, or is it second overall and third overall? They're not very specific there. I don't know. Impacts both pick-for-pick trades as well as picks for players or any mixture of the two. Okay, so this is big. Right here, this is very, very big. The draft picks have been always abused, usually, so it looks like they're changing that. Team philosophy value differences. Teams will have more nuanced perspectives of valuing players and draft picks from their own and opponents. Okay. So we're going to be able to value things differently with this update, hopefully, and so will the CPU. This creates a situational concept in franchise that we will see all the time in the NFL. Just because a team is more open with trading a draft pick in a championship contention window doesn't mean that the team should or does not still value draft picks at all as a core philosophy. So this is huge. This actually is really important because usually, along with the Madden cheese, you could be able to go to like the Kansas City Chiefs, and they're always in the playoffs. They're always a championship contending team. So usually what you could do is you could trade for their lower end draft picks because they wouldn't value them as high, and you could get them very cheap. But now it's saying that just because they're a Super Bowl contending team doesn't mean they won't value their lower end draft picks like a second round, a third round draft pick. They won't value those as much, or they will value that as much as they probably should in real life. So that's actually a really important thing. So it looks like we have player value modifiers. Return value increase modifiers for players in the first year of their contract and players who are rookies. So they're going to be valuing the young guys even more. Added logic to no longer apply bonus first year of contract value to players who are only signed to a one-year contracts. Previously, all players on one-year contracts were receiving a value bonus that was only intended for players on long-term contracts. So it looks like players on first-year contract or one-year contracts are going to be Wait, let me read this again. No longer apply bonus first-year contract value to players who are only... Okay, so it was... previously, it was applying the same bonus value to players that were on one-year contracts to players who were just rookies, who were on 1 year or who were on their first-year contract, or a player who just signed a contract. So that's basically... They're taking that out, basically. So it'll value players on one-year contracts differently now, separately. Age value tuning. Every player position received a new customized age value curve that keeps player value authentically updated as players get older in franchise. As a player age, the more the age impacts their value on the market. So this could get a little bit dicey. This is the first thing that I'm a little bit concerned about, because you got a guy like Tom Brady, who, first of all, they need to fix Tom Brady's development as you play deeper and deeper into a franchise, because Tom Brady's overall drops every year in a franchise as you get deeper and deeper into it, and that's just not happening. Tom Brady's the GOAT. He just won a Super Bowl and he's 44 years old. So they need to be able to... I know it's difficult to adjust the development and the progression for like one certain player, but I mean, it happens with Aaron Rodgers. It happens with Drew Brees. It happens with all old quarterbacks. Phillip Rivers. I played a franchise where Phillip Rivers in like year 3 was a 60-something overall because he was older. He was like 39, 40. But maybe that would be true. Maybe he would end up being like that. But maybe he'd still be an 80 overall at that. I don't know. So they just need to fix that. This allows us to replicate the impact of trade value declining for aging veteran players and provide CPU teams a way to devalue these players at a scale. Each position is tuned differently. All right, how much stuff we got on here? This is a long article. All right, we'll keep going. Quarterback-specific value improvements. Added new premium value modifier to raise quarterback value compared to same skill positions. This allows quarterbacks to receive similar compensation as in real life while also reflective of our rating scales. So quarterbacks are going to get valued even more. Great. For example, an 86 overall quarterback, franchise level talent, wanted to make sure that trading away for a player that's trading away or for a player at that level is recognized for being more valuable and rare commodity than possibly getting a 90 or 93 in another position. So they're valuing quarterbacks higher, basically. We've got all positions have a high age value percentage for the players in the early 20s, but just like in real life, quarterbacks are generally more valuable, yep, that's true, than any other age. Combined with base value tuning method, tuning mentioned earlier, this makes young, high overall starting quarterbacks exceptionally valuable and significant investment of draft capital to acquire top player based on overall age development. So is this going to mean that we're going to be able to trade for Patrick Mahomes or Lamar Jackson? Because right now, trading for those guys is literally impossible. You could have three 99 overall guys at positions that the Chiefs need. And let's say you have 99 overall Lamar Jackson. Let's say they need a wide receiver. So you have 99 overall DeAndre Hopkins. And then they need a defensive tackle. So you have 99 overall Aaron Donald. Let's say you have all three of those guys on your team. And you trade for Patrick Mahomes. They would not accept that in current Madden because it's broken. So hopefully this might mean that they're fixing that. I don't know. Maybe they're making it worse. Madden 21 League History. This is something that probably should be in the game already. Revisit the history of your franchise through our new running log of key award winners, conference, and Super Bowl champions on a yearly basis. Finally, that's already been in the game. These records will be located in a single hub with a year filter to see the champions and award winners from previous seasons. Okay, so they're adding the league history thing that should already been in the game. What else is down here? There's a lot of stuff down here. Not the stuff about EA Play. Let's finish up with this Madden 22 adding new staff management thing. So we kind of saw it in this video. Yeah, it's right here in this link. So Madden 21 dropped news about it. Yeah, we saw it. Key-eyed viewers. It's in the background. It's not really keen-eyed viewers. In the screenshot taken from Madden Franchise Update, you can clearly see staff management across the top of the screen and what may be new for Madden 22. That is true. The leak comes from an official video dropped from Madden 21, Sean Grady. It's no surprise the EA Sports are looking at big changes. Yeah, they should be making big changes. Detailed, which could include offensive coordinator, defensive coordinators, and more. So I think that's everything that we needed to talk about in this video. I just really hope that they do this right. I really hope that this is the start. This is the path that we need to be taking to make Madden great again, because it sucks currently. It is so frustrating. It's so rage-inducing. I haven't been more mad at a game in ever. And Madden 21 and just Madden in general makes me so mad, the way that they have their gameplay and the way they have their game set up. So hopefully this is the start of something that turns into making Madden fun again. Hashtag make Madden fun again. And I really hope this is the beginning. I really do. I don't want to hate this game. I don't want to hate EA as a company. I don't want to hate these guys, but they just make it so easy to hate them because they're so stupid. But maybe they're actually learning from their mistakes. I know that's hard to believe. I know a lot of you people are going to be skeptical still and still not going to buy the game, or still your bridges may have been burned between you and EA and you and Madden. But maybe you give it a chance just because, to take a look and see if these games have changed. I really hope they do, and I really hope this Madden 21 March update is the start of that. So if you guys are excited for Madden 21's update and for Madden 22, more leaks on Madden 22, make sure you stick right here on the channel. I've got all the updates for you. Smash that like button, hit the notification bell, and the subscription button as well, so you don't miss out on anything. Join the Juice Club. I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya!